recorded more than 60,000 new COVID-19 cases yesterday, setting another record. Now, that is some organizations and companies reconsidering large events. John Lawrence reports.
Some Walt Disney World theme parks in Orlando getting ready for a phased reopening for the general public this weekend. And it will be a smaller world after all, with attendance limits. Temperature screenings, masks, and social distancing will also be enforced for guests at the Mouse House. As COVID-19 cases rise on a daily basis, there are concerns about protecting people when they're outdoors. Some college sports programs are making changes. Big Ten teams will only play conference games this season.
There's a chance we might not have football guys. So we've shifted to how can we get our kids on the field.
Drive-in theaters like this one in Chicago allow people to beat cabin fever safely.
It's a lot, but hey, we're working through it. So it's great to see events like this to take us away from responsibilities.
And GOP officials are still considering how next month's Republican National Convention will be handled.
We'll have to wait and see how things look in late August to determine whether or not you can safely convene that many people.
Health experts keep stressing the importance of being cautious while out and about.
If we social distance and wear face coverings, we can really interfere with the human-to-human transmission of this virus.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
All right, and back here at home, the Brawley police officer accused of rape while on duty still has not been formally charged. Now, this is now the third time that Ricardo Valdez's formal charges have been put on hold. He's now scheduled to be in court next week, and Valdez's attorney also disputed the bail, saying $500,000 is too high. The judge disagreed, saying Valdez is a flight risk and the bail reflects the alleged crimes. Those include rape and sexual battery. And quite the scare at Arizona Western College earlier yesterday after an alarm signaled a chemical leak from the chiller plant. Now, Yuma Fire arrived around noon, and thankfully no one was inside the building at the time. But first responders took external readings which showed high levels of refrigerant gas inside of the building. Now, it wasn't until 5 o'clock yesterday evening that YFD was able to clear the building of any chemicals. That leak is now under investigation. All right, and nearly 1 million people in the U.S. are living with multiple sclerosis. That's according to the National MS Society Association. So in a News 11 exclusive, our Carmen Valencia spoke with one beloved friend and former co-worker of ours who shares with us her 15-year journey living with MS and her message battling it as well.
I first started experiencing symptoms at the age of 11, and there was a point where I started feeling weakness and numbness on the entire right side of my body. And I remember telling her hey, I'm basically dragging my right leg and I couldn't move my right arm. And I would kind of use her as an anchor. So I would lean against her and she would basically help me walk. Local doctors here told me that it was just bacteria in the brain, and that's why I was experiencing symptoms. But then I started getting sick again and again. And it wasn't until I was taken to a hospital in Phoenix that I was officially diagnosed with multiple sclerosis.
Crystal Bedoya was born and raised in San Luis, Arizona, a woman who has dreams to conquer the world one story at a time. However, at a young age, she was diagnosed with MS, suffering from nerve damage that disrupts communication between the brain and the body.
I started feeling like a mixture of emotions. I was very angry. I was very depressed. I kept asking myself, why me? Why me? I was just a kid, I just never really understood why I had to end up having to deal with this monster.
Crystal's 15-year journey with MS has been far from easy, battling through several symptoms and multiple doctor trips for over 10 years.
I've gone through all types of changes. The most prominent ones are the numbness and weakness. But I've gone through vision changes. I've had problems with my bladder. I've had problems with my bowels.
Saying her experience with MS has also affected her mental health. She was diagnosed with depression as a teenager.
It's a very lonely disease, and I feel like it has been for me for such a long time because I can't talk to anyone that has it and I can relate to. Explaining it to my friends has also been very rough, so I kind of kept it to myself for so many years and I wouldn't talk about it.
Just this year alone, she's had 6 to 7 relapses.
I remember doing my makeup and my hair to go to work in the past. It wouldn't take me more than an hour and a half. And I don't last like more than 15 or 20 minutes now. Like I get exhausted, I'm sweating, like it's like I'm doing like this intense workout and I'm basically just straightening my hair.
And admits that MS has cost her opportunities.
My multiple sclerosis has cost me jobs, and it's so unfortunate, at least for me, like having to go through so much in college and working my way and getting all of these internships and working through college, hoping to get a good job. And unfortunately, my MS was like, no, girl, you need to focus on your health. I got a job, and unfortunately, the same thing happened. I got sick, and I couldn't walk right anymore. So I had to pack all my life up and leave my job and move back to Arizona.
However, the unconditional support from her family is what keeps her going.
It's incredible to be able to show my family that even though 1 week I might be using a cane or a walker and a few weeks later I'm walking and dancing again and running and chasing my dog, and seeing their smiles and seeing them see that I've gotten better is everything to me.
And although there were obstacles in her way, there was also success. Her biggest accomplishment is receiving her bachelor's degree in journalism from the University of Arizona.
I was the first person in my family to graduate from college or university.
However, despite the hurdles Crystal has endured in her life, at 26 years old, she still stands strong.
Hey everyone, welcome to my canal. My name is Crystal Bedoya.
Crystal began her own YouTube channel, chronicling her journey with MS, but also building a community within the Latino community, where she says there's a lot of misrepresentation.
Yes, I want to show you my struggles and my life and how I deal with my MS, but I also want to be able to help that person that is also dealing with these type of symptoms that might be feeling the same way that I was feeling when I was 11.
By sharing her story, she hopes others will too, and that together all will continue to push forward.
I don't want anyone to feel isolated, to feel alone, to have to deal with this avalanche of a disease, because it's unpredictable. It surprises you at every turn. No one should have to go through this, you know? But unfortunately, this is our reality, and we need to do what's best for us to keep ourselves going and stay alive. And it's rough, but we got this.
Reporting in Yuma, Carmen Valencia, News 11.
Yeah, our best hope is some treatments and some vaccines. I'm pretty sure they're going to shift everything to the spring. That's kind of the sentiment I got from the other athletic directors, but we'll wait and see what happens.
Imperial Valley College's athletic director sounds off on when athletics can return for his program. Welcome back, everyone. Next Friday, the California Community College Athletics Association is expected to decide on whether athletics can return for community colleges statewide sometime later in the fall for fall sports, or that all sports programs will play condensed seasons next spring, essentially meaning there could be no junior college sports this fall for California. News 11 Sports spoke to IVC Athletic Director Jim McConte earlier today, who already emphasized that no matter what, all Arab sports are shut down for the entire fall due to academics being entirely online for that specific time period. For Makate, if the CCCAA decides on holding everything off for the spring, that'll benefit his student athletes and coaching staff, most importantly for the safety of everyone.
Nothing will go forward if we're putting the students at risk. That's number one. Conditioning-wise, they can start in January. They give them about a month to prepare. The students will be working out on their own, hopefully before that, so when they come into the team practices, they're in a lot better shape. Number one is the students' health and the staff, all those involved. So we're not going forward unless we can make sure it's a pretty healthy situation.
No matter what happens with the looming decision by the CCCAA, IVC already has determined that its men's and women's basketball programs will be playing condensed seasons in the spring. Some developing news from the National Junior College Athletics Association. The organization's Presidential Advisory Council, the president and CEO, as well as the board chair, are all recommending that the majority of junior college athletics competition be moved over to the spring semester of next year. Next Monday, the NJCAA Board of Regents will meet to determine a plan of action based on those recommendations. News 11 Sports will bring you the latest on this next Monday, and we'll also get reaction from AWC Athletics early next week. And finally, the Big Ten Conference announced this afternoon that it is hoping to play all fall sports schedules in conference only. The in-conference only schedules apply to football, men's and women's cross country, field hockey, men's and women's soccer, and women's volleyball. Decisions on other sports will continue to be evaluated. According to the statement from the Big Ten limiting competition to other Big Ten institutions, the conference will have the greatest flexibility to adjust its own operations throughout the season and make quick decisions in real time based on the most current evolving medical advice and the fluid nature of the COVID-19 pandemic. The Big Ten says the health, safety, and wellness of our student athletes, coaches, big game officials, and others associated with the sports programs and campuses remain our #1 priority. The conference is also not ruling out the possibility of not playing any sports this fall. Meanwhile, a number of sources are saying that the Pac-12 will follow suit. An official announcement could be released in a matter of days that all non-conference competition for the fall sports, especially football, will be canceled. Assuming there is a season at the end of the year, it'll only be games within the conference. That's going to do it for this round of sports. We have more coming up right after this.
Healthier fast food on the go. Order ahead at Papasan with our convenient carside pickup and new app for Android and iPhone. Papasan, Yuma's first and finest quick service rice bowl restaurant since 1993. Papasan, 2770 South 4th Avenue in Yuma.
Imperial County Air Pollution Control District provides you with air quality reports daily. How is your air quality today? Check current air quality conditions in Imperial County at imperialvalleyair.org. You can sign up for free air quality alerts to be delivered directly to your email address, or you can download the Air Quality Alert app to your mobile device today. Stay informed with Imperial County Air Pollution Control District.
Did you know breast cancer kills more than 41,000 people every year in the U.S.?
That's 113 people every day.
That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Nearly 250,000 men and women in the U.S.
will be diagnosed with breast cancer this year.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
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 Help us save lives.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Support Susan G. Komen. Join our fight. Save lives. Visit komen.org/unacceptable.
Failure is unacceptable.
Each day, researchers make discoveries that bring us closer to the moment when all cancer patients can become survivors. Their progress is made possible with the help of clinical trials. Clinical trials are the brightest torch researchers have to light their way towards better treatments. And if you've been diagnosed with cancer, they may be your brightest ray of hope. Speak with your doctor and visit standuptocancer.org/clinical trials to learn more. Together, we can stand up for all of us.
Papasan, a Yuma tradition since 1993. Try our low-carb brown rice dishes, as well as our new ahi tuna, yakitori skewers, and California flaming rolls. Find us online and order ahead with our app today. Papasan, 2770 South 4th Avenue in Yuma.
Imperial County declared a state of local emergency on March 5th. This in response to the COVID-19 pandemic that's affecting our great nation and the entire world.
The county is working proactively. How is it working proactively? It's getting together on a daily basis, informing all our cities about what we're doing.
We're making sure that all the needs of every generation in our community are met.
Changes in the way we deal with one another. They include social distancing.
Our office is currently close to walk-ins, but we are working for you. We have limited staff there, can answer your phone calls.
Everyone who has ever lived has lived here. All of mankind's triumphs and failures. Every moment, every hometown, all here. We start our coverage on the ground and take it to the airwaves, so you always know what's happening in your own world and beyond. We are free TV and radio. We are breaking news. We are always there. We are broadcasters.
Addiction doesn't have to chip apart your family and destroy your life. Before you lose your job, your family, your life, call Crossroads Mission for a free addiction assessment. Crossroads Mission has multiple services to stabilize family members and help piece your lives back together. Beating addiction starts with a desire to change. You can become the person you are destined to be. For advice, help, or hope, call 928-328-8082.
Now, your Weather Authority local forecast.
Welcome back to Sunrise, everyone. The time now is 6:48 on this Friday morning. Happy Aloha Friday to you all. And with that being said, here's a live look outside now on your Arvreal Yuma Skycam, giving us this beautiful shot of the desert Southwest. So those temperatures are going to get hotter, especially this weekend, as we are going to approach 120 degrees on Sunday. But more on that in a bit. For now, here's a look at the weather headlines for what we can expect this weekend. So warmer nights are ahead, so it is going to be pretty pleasant, especially in those later evening hours. But another temperature climb will be expected this weekend, especially on Sunday. So that brings us to an excessive weekend coming up. And here's a look at what the excessive heat watch will be looking like. So you can see the areas in pink are what it's spanning. So anywhere from Yuma County to the valley areas, and that will set to expire on Monday evening. So temperatures right now, though, in Yuma are pretty mild at 85 degrees and sunny. The humidity levels at 48%, and the sun will set tonight at 7:49. The AQIs for the valley areas coming in pretty good so far, with the exception of Mexicali. They are coming in with moderate air quality conditions. But as we take a look at the afternoon hours, we can see those temperatures coming in at 111 degrees in Yuma, 109 in San Luis. And look at the next 8 days ahead, you can see a very definite warming trend this weekend. 115 on Saturday, Sunday coming in at 119, and eventually those temperatures are gradually going to go down starting early next week. On Monday, 114, 112, and 110 on Wednesday. You can see the Imperial Valley area seeing a similar trend there as well. 110 and 109 is expected on Wednesday and Thursday respectively, and this weekend they are seeing temperatures reach 118 degrees. All right, everyone, in your consumer news this morning, well, tourism is the third largest industry in Yuma County, right behind agriculture and the military. Now, it's what helps local restaurants thrive as people from out of town come and spend their dollars. Now, but since the pandemic, this industry has taken a big hit, and businesses now getting creative to get locals back. So starting Monday, 6 different restaurants will be rolling out a new incentive program, and customers who eat at one of their restaurants will receive a 15% discount to eat at another participating restaurant, creating a chain reaction for customers to eat local.
Look for those opportunities to support local business, because we still need to have our economy rolling along. We still need to have those things happening, not just for the health of the economy, but also for the well-being of our community.
Visit Yuma says eating out at our local restaurants at least twice a week could really make a difference. And to find out more about the incentive program, you can head over to our website, kyma.com. And when you head into Starbucks for your triple tall, skinny, vanilla, flat white, or whatever your order of choice is, you better have a mask. Well, starting July 15th, Starbucks will require it, and that's for all customers at all U.S. stores. Starbucks made the announcement Thursday as cases of COVID-19 surge across the country. Now, for those of you who don't want to wear a mask, they can go through the drive-thru, get curbside pickup or delivery.